Hello, welcome back to my pajamas. You can't see them. Anyway, this is my room. You can't see anything in the background. I was hoping you could. Looks like that, but I couldn't find a place to put it on the wall. Anyway, and little South Park dude. I think his name's Pete. I can't remember now. I love him. We look alike, don't we? Don't we? We look alike. I think. Anyway. Today's video is a video that I'm making because I wanted to go to the cemetery in Nahunta, but it rained all fucking weekend. So I couldn't do it. And I was lazy and I couldn't get out of bed. So this is a video that I've been wanting to do anyways, which is about, I just flashed y'all. Anyway, showing you some of the stuff I have, like artwork that I've had. My grandpa saved a lot of my artwork from when I was a kid, even like when I was like 4 or 5 years old, very young. And also other stuff that I've made recently or in my recent adult years. I wanted to maybe show y'all. Just kind of felt like I needed to have it for myself for a little while. It's all mixed up, like it's not in any order, but I have most of it marked with my name and the date on the back or something, because that's what I always did when I was a kid. To start with, the picture I flashed y'all with, this, I don't know. Okay. This is supposed to be Chi-Chi. I don't know what I was doing. I was like 9th grade or something. I don't know. This is supposed to be Chi-Chi, my mom's dog. She's a Chinese crested, like she's partially naked. It's fugly. Anyway. So that's that one. I'm not gonna torture y'all anymore with that one. I drew this probably in middle school. Very mature. Very mature. I thought I was cool. As you can tell, I love South Park. I definitely drew this in middle school. Does this remind you of anything? Thinking. Yeah, that's what I was getting my inspo from. Like, you know that cat video? We come together 'cause I'm dressed like a cat. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck. That one I made to look like my brother at the time, with his goofy ass glasses and his cholo hair. I don't call it, it's not really cholo hair, but all the little Mexican kids, little boys used to have this hair where they had it all spiked up. I don't know what I'm doing with a shirt here. I don't know what that's about. They all look like they were drawn by different people. That's what my grandpa said anyway. He loves me. He's a really good motivator. I'm playing. He actually does love me. But anyway, speaking of my grandpa, I also drew this for him. But I think I drew this when I was like in the 5th grade or something. Like, it's this dude from Looney Tunes. The dude from Looney Tunes. The Abominable Snowman. I can't say it. It says, "I have a very Merry Christmas," because he's a little. But he was cute. Look at his little blue nose. And you open it up, and it says, "Happy Holidays" from Looney Tunes. And it says, "I love you. Love Boo Boo." That's my nickname, Boo Boo. Or Boo. They just call me Boo. Anyway, I was goth before everyone else was goth. I was goth out of the womb. I'm playing. Oh god, I'm gonna edit that out. Anyway, this is something I did like a year or 2 ago, maybe. Yeah, you can view it either this way, and I have it on the YouTube channel. as the cover photo or whatever. Or you can view it like this. And as you can see, there's little horny rabbits. I forget what you call them. Jackrabbit? Not jackrabbit. I forget what you call it. Little fox dude, jumping out of the frame. Here's a mermaid. You see, she got like boobies. She got tattoos. She got like this corset, not corset, it's like a butler-esque type of thing on. And then she got her details in her tail. Can you see there? Yeah, there we go. And there's a little dude right there. Little dude. You can see where I fucked up, and there's lines everywhere. But yeah, I thought it was cute. And he's supposed to be a little sailor man. I always loved that thing. See those quigglies? Yeah, quigglies. And she's holding a little pendant thing, I guess. And she's pointing at him like, I got you, bitch. She got him. I'm playing. I don't know. I'm an artiste. Not really. Anyway. This is Madonna. This is supposed to be Madonna. Okay. Okay. Again, I was listening to a lot of 80s music. I was in middle school, okay? Madonna, you know? I think I copied this off of a CD. You can tell how long ago that was. I copied it off of a CD, a picture that was on there. So there she is, Madonna. Here's Cosimo. Cosimo's on the bed right now. Come here, Cosimo. Can you see it? I didn't finish it because I had to draw another one because I fucked it up. Anyway, that's him. Him was a baby. Okay, get down. No one needs you. Mama doesn't need you anymore. This is one that I didn't finish either. I didn't finish a lot of stuff because I was procrastinating, and then when I did do some, I never finished it. That's Bluebeard. My grandpa loves this one a lot for some reason. I don't know what the fuck I was doing with his ear. I'm not showing you that one because I can show you that one. It's on the wall. I guess I can get it down. Fuck. It's just gonna be hard as hell to get it back on the wall. It's What's-Her-Face from Return of the Living Dead 3. It was a lot better in the original drawing, but when you have to ink something in, you have to think about all these little things and like how you're gonna do it. You're supposed to have more boob crack, but I kind of, I censored it. I was like, what if I show this to my mom? She's gonna think I'm weird. I guess showing a picture of a woman with needles coming out of her fingers and stuff isn't bad, but boobies are bad. Anyway, yeah, I wish I did a little bit better on it. I wish I did know how to do the background without it just being plain white. Maybe I can get this shit back up on the wall. If I can't, that's just gonna fall to the ground. Here's a little girl on the beach that I drew to put in a bathroom at one point. I don't know. She looking kind of derpy. I swear, my drawings are so bad. Anyway, moving on to the tall man.
The funeral is about to begin, sir.
Small man.
The tall man. I think I did this one in high school too. A lot of these are just from when I was younger. I'm kind of proud of them though, even though I did them with shitty color pencils. I used to hang out my uncle's refrigerator for a long time. This one I also did in like middle school. It's Barbara from Return of the Living Dead. Not Return of the Living Dead. Night of the Living Dead. I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay. It's they're coming to get you, Barbara.
I see. What's the deal? We may have to kill my stepdad. Listen, Mum, sit tight, okay? You're not safe there. We're coming over.
I don't want to cause a fuss.
We're coming to get you, Barbara.
There's a dude in the background. He's going brains. Can you see that? It says brains. Brains. And he's like, this is the car. This is supposed to be the car. That's the shadow, and he's mocking her. And it's like, the text is like, they're coming to get you, Barbara. They're horny, Barbara. They've been dead a long time. Yeah. And I don't know who drew this. Maybe my brothers did. This is something I started, and I never finished it. It's supposed to be like a crazy chihuahua. Okay? And he's supposed to, you can't even see his hands, but you see his hands supposed to be like this. I don't know what I was thinking. This is supposed. I told you I never finished it. I never finished anything. Look, this is supposed to be Carrie White from Carrie, the whitest horror movie ever. I'm playing. She lives in a white bungalow in the book, actually. But here's her house. It looks like a church for some reason. Cosmo! You're messing me up. Get up here. I'm showing them Carrie. And there's blood coming out of her hands or seeping through her hands. I don't know. And this is one that I did in middle school. Don't think I'm weird. I don't have a dad, so I was like a grandpa's girl. And when I stayed the night at my grandpa's house, and I used to like almost every weekend hang out with my cousins and stuff, that's why we're very close. He had like this mattress that used to be on a futon, and he would just fold it and put it under his bed, so whenever I wanted to come over, and I was like a kid anyway, a kid like in middle school also, I would just pull it out and go to sleep on his floor, and that's what used to happen. And one night in the dark, because it was dark as fuck, I decided to draw Evil Dead, and now I'm having to touch this all nasty. This box used to be in my building. My grandpa built me a building I used to work in. And now it's just like a storage building. Anyway, I used to have my records and my stuff in there. It was cool. Anyway, for a little while I had a bed in there too, and I would sleep in there. And you could hear everything outside, but it was kind of cool. So, bear with me. There's some, like, crap on here. So I'm going to hold it like this. But I didn't want to throw it away. But it's from the Evil Dead. I know, it's pretty gross. But you see, she's getting pulled into the ground. It says Evil Dead. And that's all I'm going to show you because I don't want to hold this anymore. I drew this when I was really young. Are you seeing a pattern here? I just noticed there's a pattern here. To me, this is just shit that I've always liked. So I'm like, okay. There we go. It's from the Addams Family. Wait a minute. Lurch? Lurch. I don't know why I feel like I was saying that wrong. And I don't know what he has in that right there, but look. My favorite Addams Family is, obviously the movies. From the 90s. But, yeah, there's gonna be a couple more of those too. This is a dog that we used to have. His name was... What was his name? Cracker. His name was Cracker because he was white. Because he was a cracker. Anyway, my Cracker Boy, that's what and it says R.I.P. on the back. Because him died. Here's some more shit. Because, again, this stuff has been outside. Anyway, so don't judge me too harshly. But, from the Breakfast Club. See? And it says, chicks can't hold their smoke. That's what it is. Okay, there's a lot of stuff on here, written all around it. It says, we're all pretty bizarre. Some of us are just better at hiding it. You see us as you want to see us. Yeah. I did take some inspiration from, like, something I saw online or something. I drew this in, like, early high school, maybe. And here's another one from when I was a kid. From when I was in middle school or something. Elvira. Ew. Fuck. I'm gonna be judged so fucking harshly for this, I swear. I'm trying not to touch it. See, I'm doing this, just don't. Anyway. There's another one. You can tell just by like the look of the pages that they're old. Here's Boy George, half of his face anyway. Here's Boy George, that's all you need to see that one. I used to watch a lot of Happy Days. So, I drew Happy Days. This is obviously when I was like maybe early middle school also. I'm just a mean green thing from outer space and I'm bad. We are the world, not really. I drew this in middle school. Yeah, I drew this definitely in middle school. And this is the dog. He's still alive. This dog is still alive. His name is Rigby. He was my dog. My crackhead Nana made me pay her $100. She gave the other ones away for free for some reason. But she made me pay $100 for this puppy. And he saw a ghost in my room. Actually, I don't believe in ghosts, but he saw something. It was a demon or something. He saw it. And he was barking at the corner one day in my room in the trailer. We lived in a trailer park. And then he ran off. He was whimpering, and it freaked me out. And that's not the only time something bad happened to me like that. I mean, even worse has happened to me. But anyway, this dog is like 11, 12, 13 years old. I got him when I was like in 7th grade. So, there you go. That's Rigby. He's like blonde. He's blonde in real life. And this is his baby! I'm pretty sure. Maybe not. Maybe Gatsby's his baby. You never know with dogs. But yeah, you can see the stripy stripe. What are you looking at? Cosimo, look at the camera. Everybody wants to say hey. They want to say hey to you. They say hey. Alright, that's enough. Stay Puft Marshmallow Man from Ghostbusters. As you can tell, I've watched a lot of movies. I still watch a lot of movies. Just the other day, I watched Meet the Feebles with my brother. His little ass doesn't want to give stuff I like a chance most of the time, unless it's something he likes some serious movies. And then I'm gonna pull up this crackhead puppet movie. Anyway, but he liked it. He said he liked it. This is from the Goonies. It's from the Goonies. I obviously when I was a kid, I drew that. Ah, everything's fallen. I knew this shit would happen. I don't know what I was thinking when I drew this one, but I drew that when I was a kid. Like, I don't know. I don't know how old, but I was a kid. Anyway. And here's Uncle Fester. Drew that when I was a kid. Here's Sarah and Hoggle. I drew that when I was like middle school maybe. And here's Half Done Falcor. I guess this is Morticia. I don't know. Burnt Victims. Yeah, I'm not showing y'all that for very long. This definitely when I was a kid. It's on line paper. It's Peanuts. Peanuts. And then Bladen, he's in the intro. He's the skinny one. He drew on the back of it, I remember, and I was pissed off. So I went... He did that to me like more than once. I drew this like Scooby-Doo picture and I was so proud of it. And he colored it in with, you know, those crappy ass colored crayon pencils things that you could like roll it out. Oh my god. I was so angry. Here's something that I painted. It's supposed to look like Mexican folk art. It looks shitty. I drew this when I was like in middle school maybe? I don't know. This is Edward Scissorhands. Edward Scissorhands and Sally. And he's like cutting her thread. Real sexy fanfic right here. This is not mine. I think this was also, maybe this is mine. This is mine. I must have been really small when I drew this. It's so bad. What the fuck was I thinking? Obviously it was when I was really, really young. I used to draw stuff for my grandpa all the time. So, we're getting down to a little bit of the more young me stuff. A heart and an alien. I used to like drawing aliens. I did this in computer class. I remember because I hated that class. It was so boring. There was nothing to do. And it was like in an old school lab. It looked like it was from the 90s. Anyway, this is the first thing I ever painted. I was like in 6th grade or something. Maybe younger. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. And it's not like I had the greatest paint either. Probably got it from Walmart or something. I don't know. Here's mixtape. I did that in high school. And it says The Smiths on one side, and then the other side is just a mixtape. OMD and Echo and the Bunnyman. I also did this in computer class one time. I don't know if it was the same computer class. I was proud of it when I did it. It was not bad. Punctured bicycle on a hillside, desolate. You can tell I really like the Smiths. I don't know what this shit is. Maybe I shouldn't touch it. But yeah, that's a punctured bicycle and there's a car. I don't know. I promise I could sing a little bit better than that, but I'm not trying too hard. I'm cringing myself out. I did this when I was a kid because I had a Disney book that had like artwork and like stories in it and stuff, and it was like 50th anniversary or some bullshit. I don't know. It was basically, well, it says 2010. It says I was like 11 years old, almost 12. That's what I said on there. Well, I was 11 years old, and I was copying what I was looking at on the book, and that's what I did. I was Goofy eating a meatball. October 27th, 2009. I was 11. It says, respect my authority. My uncle would go back and forth. He would, like, one minute he'd be ashamed of letting us watch South Park, and the next minute he'd be, like, wanting to watch it himself, and then we would all be watching it anyway. So that's why I know about South Park when I was that young. I think all of us did, though. I drew this in school, I think. I think it was one of those things they made us draw. Timmy! More South Park! Oh my god, more South Park! It must have been around the same time. And here's Mr. Mackey! Obsessed! I'm telling you, I was obsessed. Obsessed! I'm trying to get through these a little bit faster because there's a lot. And there's a lot more I want to show you of stuff I actually have done recently. See, that says, what does that say? 2010 also? Yeah. Santa Claus. More Goofy. More Goofy. Merlin? I think that's his name. That says 2010 also. Yeah. My grandpa had a dog named Doc Doc. Like Doc Holiday. So this is, yeah. Doc. Anyway. I don't know what that was about. I just liked color back then. I would just draw anything. If it was just rainbow, I just liked it. You should see the way I used to dress when I was a kid. I didn't have no sense of fashion. I love peace signs. You can see me wear peace signs all the time when I was a kid. Boy, how the turns have tables. Another Falcor. That's embarrassing. Here's Daffy Duck. I like how some of them are hit and some of them are missed. I don't know. Until they're all on the same paper. Here's Yosemite Sam. Angry. He pissed off. This says 2010, obviously. So. And here is Roger Rabbit. Why was like 1 second I can't draw for shit, and the next second I'm like, I'm kind of good. Oh, that's wonky. Anyway. A unicorn. Okay, I was 11 years old drawing this shit. Why was I drawing this? Why didn't they stop me? Okay. The hair from Alice in Wonderland. I used to make up these little rhymes. Squoiety. Squoiety. The elephant was taking a bath. Bubbles came out of his trunk because monkeys made him laugh. Because monkey made him laugh. That monkey. I told you, I kind of liked drawing aliens for a little while. That's an elephant. I mean, elephant. What? That's a dinosaur. There's a volcano, and it's about to kill the dinosaur. It's supposed to be a mermaid or something. And this, when I was really young, I used to love witches when I was a kid. The original witch archetype with the long pointy nose. I used to, for a long time, when I was a kid, every Halloween I would dress up like a witch. Every time. And we would go to my local church. That was a Pentecostal church. We didn't even go that often, but like my grandma would go and my uncle would go. And I would go even though they were allowing the kids to wear costumes. They always treated us weird because I would come dressed like a witch. They would have girls dressed up like fairies, right? That was okay, apparently, because they were all nice and pretty looking and colorful looking. But when you're a witch, it's different somehow when they both have magic. And then we'd go do the cakewalk. And if we won, they would like give us the smallest cake because they didn't want us to get the cake because number one, we never came. And number two, they just didn't like us. I don't know. There's a witch. Whee! It looks like that witch from that book that I liked when I was a kid about the sand witch. The sand witch. And the little boy or something, I can't remember now, wanted a sand witch. He wanted a sandwich. And then he got a sand witch, like a beach witch. And he was like, no, I want a sandwich. And she was like, here I am. Like Marge. This other burn victim. Another alien that's falling apart. Another one that rhymed. It says, there once was a lion full and fat in the jungle. He ate every rat. There's Beavis. And here's my name. Woo! Look at that. It looks like big comfy couch. Core. Don't it? Don't it? It looks like a circus. Here it is, Godfield. That one wasn't that bad. I drew that when I was a kid. Okay, that's all you gotta see. Spider-Man. I don't know. And there is my rendition of The Corpse Bride. I think it's better than Tim Burton's personally, but you might disagree with me. I think it's okay. Look how he's like half woman, half man. Part 2. Okay, so I might be leaving out some stuff, but here's some recent stuff that I've made. This little rag doll that I made. It's my first rag doll I ever made, and I actually put buttons on the side so she can lift her little arms. They won't stay though because they're loose. I think her arm's gonna fall off any moment. What do y'all think? And then I did paint this planter. My mother-in-law gave me this plain ass white planter from the Dollar Tree. So I sanded it, and then I had these paint markers, and I painted it to look like celestial stuff. I think that I did okay. See how I put more dots around the actual thing and then spread it out as it got wider out. Anyway, so here's something I made. I had bought this frame from the Salvation Army, and I had gotten this necklace like 2 years ago, but it broke when I got it in the mail, and I never got a new one. I got the necklace from Killstar, and it fucking broke in the mail a couple years ago. Anyway, and I already had that fabric for that you just saw in the other doll. I had bought this moss to put on a doll that I'm still in the process of making. I don't know if I'm going to do that anymore. I want it to be like a dead body with like moss on it and stuff, or maybe like some kind of a spirit of some kind. And this is a plastic skeleton. Get them in a pack of 3. They come with like little rings on their head, so you can like string them up for Halloween. And all I did was I kind of lightly sanded it, and I painted it brown in different areas and darker in certain areas and lighter in certain areas. And then I added a little bit of moss to it, if you can see it. And then these little butterflies. I put some moss in like different corners and stuff. You see, I even put a little bit of moss in there. And then I put the butterflies on top and glued those. And I had some chain left over for making a necklace, so I just super glued it. And then I hang it on the wall like this. And it's cool, it's pretty cool. Here's something less impressive. Okay, so what I did was, you see this? This is the top of like a baby wipe container. You can just tear them right off pretty easily. And I had some puffy paint anyway, like already. And I had these doll hands. I love doll stuff, so I had these porcelain dolls. I didn't know what to do with it, so I painted like an eyeball on it or something. And then I stuck a little bedazzled jewel on there. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I thought I was going to do something with it. If they were a little bit bigger, that'd be a lot cooler. But what I did was basically, I took it, and after I tore it off, I opened it. See this back side right here. Then what you do is you attach some fabric to the front side, because this part would be open. then you stuff it with cotton to make this like cushion. And then you can either just super glue this on, because I would just suggest super gluing it on, or E6000 gluing it on, and you end up with this like cool little thing. And then I wanted it to be a little bit spikier, but it's hard to control puffy paint. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this side, because you can still see that little latch. If I was to open this, it would all fall apart. But anyway, you could do that as a centerpiece for something else, I don't know. Or maybe even just, if you like big old chunky necklaces, maybe make a chunky necklace out of it. I don't know. Now, I love Breakfast at Tiffany's. So, I painted Breakfast at Tiffany's. I painted 2 no-name slobs, is what it's called. If you watch the movie, you know what I'm talking about. But there they are in those masks that they stole from the store in the movie. From the dime store? I don't know. I wasn't around in the 60s. But I thought it looked okay for what I was using. This is a cheapo canvas I got from the dollar store. I told you I don't got a lot of money. But, and also, I just sewed it, but the problem was I didn't sand it. So every time I was using these cheap ass brushes to try and like paint with, it was dragging the wrong way. So if it looks rough, that's part of the reason why. It's because it was literally just dragging on the surface. Her hair is coming off. It's a porcelain doll I got from Goodwill. And then I did something to her dress. I just used a lot of fabric, cut it up, and then I sewed it on to the bottom. I wanted her to look whimsical, like sort of whimsical. And I wanted her to look a little bit more creepy than she turned out. She turns out okay, but you see she got the little necklaces and little buttons. That's a little off center, but yeah. And then I painted the base black. And she had a little dude that she went with, but that I made. Here is my little kitty dude that I made. This little trick-or-treat dude. Trick-or-treat kitty. In fact, I gotta get that other painting to show y'all. So yeah. I used some cardboard, some thin cardboard. I should have used some thicker one, but... And I painted this with some markers or something. Some paint markers. And then I used a skewer. I chopped it into a certain length, and then I painted it with a paint marker, and then I used that to make the... It's supposed to be a mask that you put over your face. And then here's this little lollipop. That I made that out of clay. And I had to paint all the individual notches on there. But anyway, what I did was his body's made out of... I just used like the inside of a porcelain doll body. And some of the wire, because in porcelain dolls, it was like that one anyway. Only had wire for the legs or something, and I used it for the arms or something. I don't know, and then I had to add the rest of it. As you can see, it don't look too good underneath. See, and then I wrapped his legs in yarn, black yarn. And what you do is you make the feet, and then you poke a hole, and then you can push the wire into the hole for the feet. So paint his little toenails. I think he's alright looking. I tried to dry brush the top of his head in white so he looked a little bit more vintage, but you can barely tell. He's alright. He's okay, but he needs a stand in order to stand up. But here's this other one. My little lost boy. Yeah. He looks alright. I like him. The only thing is, you can't really tell them. Like, you can't really get it good on camera. It's the only problem. Maybe if I put him over here in front of my fat face. There we go. His little feetsies and little hands. The little hands are tiny little fingers. And then I made his little strands of his hair individually. And painted his face. And look at his ears. He's got a little, like, thing wrapping around his ears, as you can tell. I made his ears look bloody. So there's that one. He's kind of cool. You can just sit him on the edge or something. Maybe not that, but... Here's this one. That was supposed to be a scarecrow, but she ended up being way too cutesy. So I painted her eyes black, and then I put her on this dress, and I gave her this little, like, you can see she's fugly, but she's like a little girl. Like, she don't know she's ugly. And this is the first one that actually stands up on its own. And you see it looks a lot nicer underneath. And there's my name, Boo. It did get a little thick at the ends right there, but it's fine. I made her little shoes look like little Victorian-esque shoes. Or like, maybe like 1920s, early 1900s. As you can see, I even got little creases on the top. And you see that little detail? And then I had to carve it in there and give her little buttons. You can barely see the buttons. I wish you could. I don't know. It looks a lot nicer in person. I'm gonna carve out that. That took forever, but yeah. She could stand all on her own. The only thing is I'm not really proud of her hands. But don't worry about it. She kind of cute in an ugly way. She cute ugly. And then I gave her a little bow on the back. So she's about to drop her bunny rabbit. Again. Let's see if I can find another one. I have something else I want to show you. This jacket. Because I told you, I don't have a lot of money. Don't judge me. Anyway, I have this cheap ass jacket that I have forever now. And then I did something to it. I don't know why. That looks stupid. Anyway, but that's not what I want to show you. So I painted this on an old pair of denim overalls. Overalls, whatever. I know it's a little off center. I wanted it to be kind of off center, but I wanted it to look more intentional. This doesn't look intentional. But anyway, I had painted it on that, and then I cut it off, and then I like sewed it on here, and then I sewed all this ribbon on there too, and then I sewed this little doll hand there, and then there's a little, I forget what does that say? What does that say? It's just a bat. That's just a bat. And here's Freddy Krueger. If you can see him, there's Freddy Krueger. I love that pin, Freddy Krueger. Here's another doll hand. There's Jack Skellington. There's another, not bobby pin, safety pin. So yeah. I hope that's at least a little more impressive than the rest of the dog shit I showed you. Again, this also looks better in person. You can't catch all the little subtle nuances. And here is another one. That one I wanted to show you. Little kitty kitty. Welcome to the forest. Dun 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 dun. Anyway. Yeah, he's pretty cute. I did take inspiration from somebody else, just so everybody doesn't think I'm like faking and I stole this. I mean, I did change it a little bit. I just like the feel of it, and I was really just painting it to have something to put up in my house for Halloween. I have a lot more Halloween decorations than I do Christmas decorations, though. So I don't find it fun to draw Christmassy stuff. Not that I don't like Christmas. Anywho's, I'm trying to show you this necklace I made that long ago, but I don't really understand what's happening here. What the fuck?
3 hours later.
Oh, I'm dumb. Okay. And here is this necklace, if you can see it. So yeah. My Nana gave me that pendant. It used to be a locket, but I couldn't find the back of it. And then there's these little doodads. A couple of crosses. Key. A little spider. Arachnicus dethicus. And this little thing that's supposed to hang on a shirt, or clip on a shirt that doesn't anymore. So I put some beads on it. Yeah, that my Nana gave me that too. So I made that. I think it's pretty cool. Anyway. Oh my god! Hey! They ravaged my girl. They made her bald. Stupid dogs. Stupid dogs. You made me look bad. She's better. She's my baby, as you can tell. We look alike. Anyway. I'm actually not that proud of her, but don't let her hear you say that. Don't let her. that's about it. I didn't know what the point of this video was. There's really nothing else I can show you. I mean, there is, but I'm kind of afraid to show it to you. But yeah, that's it. I hope y'all liked it. I might show it to you. Damn it. It's ugly. I know it is. I had the same problem as my other painting. It's Elizabeth Fraser, okay? Frazier.
Oh my God, I love Brendan Fraser.
Fraser.
It is Fraser. It's Fraser. Why do people?
Anyway, that was it. I hope you guys liked seeing my shitty artwork and my Grudge doll. Her wig got turned around. Anyway, have a good one. I can't end the video like that. Y'all need to get the fuck out. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed some of the artwork that I showed you. It was just a video that I figured would be an easy video to do, and maybe y'all didn't like all of them. Maybe you didn't stay around to the end, but hopefully I edited this good enough that maybe it'll be entertaining to somebody. So anyway, have a good one. That's not right. How am I supposed to end this? Anyway, that was it. That was the video. What am I doing? Maybe y'all didn't enjoy it, but I enjoyed myself. Okay? If you're not enjoying yourself, dude, you're on the wrong channel. Okay? Okay? It's not my fault. Why are you on this channel? I'm playing. Don't leave. Please don't leave. We have hungry children to feed on this channel. And maybe you don't like my cringe ass commentary. I don't either. Anyway, that was it. That was the video. Please like and subscribe, and maybe you'll actually stay around for my next video. What am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to act like an over the top YouTuber. I'm supposed to be fake as fuck. Shut the fuck up. Please. Or maybe I should end this like the Critical Drinker. Just be like, go away now.